So I was basing it on Project Euler. So Project Euler is challenging problems and finding algorithmic solutions to challenging problems. Some of the things that are out there that are sort of like this on a simpler level are things like Scratch, Codable, Tinker, Made with Code, which is Google's and Disney's effort. And these are all ways of sort of visual programming languages. So I'll show you one of the examples from Project Euler. So the first problem, oh no, not the first problem, the third problem in Project Euler is we list all natural numbers below 10 that are multiples of 3, 3 and 5. We get 3, 5, 6, and 9. Sum of these multiples is 23. So if we add up 3, 5, 6, and 9, that adds up to 23. So the solution, the question is, find the sum of all multiples of 3 and 5 below 1,000. So you have to figure out how many numbers are divisible by 3 and 5 between 1 and 1,000 and come up with that sum. So you can do it by hand, but it would be much quicker if you wrote a little algorithm to solve that problem. So here's a proposed problem that we could scale. So we could start with what are the Fibonacci sequence numbers up into 100. So Fibonacci sequence is we start counting at 0 and 1, and then we add the previous number to it. So 0 plus 1 would be 1, 1 plus 1 would be 2, 1 plus 2 would be 3, 1 plus 3 would be 4, 1 plus 2 would be 3, 2 plus 3 would be 5, 3 plus 5 would be 8, 5 plus 8 would be 13, 13 plus, what was I? 8 would be 21, and then so on and so on. So we could say, the next question could be, what's the sum of the Fibonacci sequence up into 100? The next question could be, what's the sum of even-numbered Fibonacci numbers up into 100? So I can misspell up. And what is the sum of odd-numbered Fibonacci sequence up to 100? So we could teach some computer science concepts, right? So you could create variables. I always like visualizing variables as boxes with names, and you put the numbers inside the box. So you can switch the numbers in the box. And then we create loops. So this is a for loop in C or C++. Starting from 0 going to 99, I probably should have said lesser than equals. I print the numbers, x and y. I set my first number to a temporary space. I set my second number to temporary space. I add it to the first, and then I set that temporary number. And it should print out a loop. So this is sort of a suggestion for how we could look at it. We could even make it more visual, make the loops look more colorful, and maybe even combine visual and written. So have both on the screen at the same time, so to reinforce the concepts. I think too many people are scared by this and not scared by this, even though they are really logically exactly identically the same. So that's my second idea. I think the interface is going to be really hard because it's entering numbers and stuff. I think it's going to be less fun on the Mac. I couldn't figure out a way. I looked all over the web for embodiment for programming. I couldn't find anything where you're programming through actions. So I'm not sure if it's as compelling for this type of concept. I think it might be just better for a mouse and keyboard.